Cassandra Sister here when family doesn't believe you. This topic is really for the Cassandra Sister, and I want to talk to you heart to heart and how painful it can be. And also, if you're not a Cassandra Sister, that I hope you have compassion for situations that we go through. And it's something I've gone through in real time right now, and why I'm doing this video right at this moment, because even though I have gone through the beginnings of understanding what's going on in my relationship, my neurodiverse relationship, I am non-autistic, he is autistic, he was diagnosed late in life, and there are comorbidities that happen. And it's can happen. There are many different reasons. It could even be down to genetics. Who knows? There needs to be more study on it. I am not a doctor, not a therapist. I'm here to talk about how painful it can be and how real it is, and for us to understand, us Cassandra Sisters, to truly know that you are not alone and that there are people that do believe you and understand. And family member can be the hardest to crack. You know what I mean. It is a very vulnerable feeling with family, and especially if they don't understand. And it's very understandable that they don't understand. You have to live it to understand it. These similarities in bad behavior that can happen in autism and can also happen in different personality disorders, etc. And what I mean by that, like, there are beautiful autistic people out there. This is not about them. This is about difficult situations in a relationship that is neurodiverse. There could be comorbidities involved. There could be a number of things that cause us to get Cassandra syndrome. And here we are. So when a family member doesn't believe you, and for me, I overstepped. I said too much. I should have been more aware of the situation, and I understand that. I don't know if I can repair it, of what happened, because it digs that deep sometimes. And to be okay with walking away, because the biggest thing that Cassandras do is blame themselves, because it is so hard to understand, to the point for so many years, sometimes 10, 20 years. For me, it was almost 10 years. I thought it was me. So you're already at the point of really breaking down, because you think something's going on with you, and then you find out and you want your family to understand. And most of the time, they're not going to be able to. So it is the hard facts of this. And I didn't realize this would happen again. It came very much out of the blue. I was very shocked by it. But it is just a part of it. And that I am still a Cassandra sister. And that I do struggle with the need to be believed and to be heard. And yes, family member is the biggest one. And even your own partner, if they don't believe it. Those are the core people you want to believe it. And then you're coupled with the outside world not believing it. So it's a double, triple whammy that makes you feel very isolated and makes it much worse. And how important it is. It's interesting, the situation that happened with my family member, I was going through some tough feelings, and I couldn't talk to my friend for a few days, and I was very worried about her. So it came out, and those things happen. Life stuff happens. So we can't be on top of the game all the time. We can't be strong all the time. We already have a full-time job with our person. So I know this is a very intense video. I mean it to be. And this almost made me get very worried about talking about this, but I'm getting on and I'm talking about it because it comes from a loving place, and I'm not perfect. Definitely have my issues, and if I do overstep, I do want to be made aware of that. And also that for this channel, it's for support for Cassandra sisters. And if this helped, and if you feel, if you want to comment about this, I would love to hear a comment on how you feel and when you're disbelieved, because that is what Cassandra Syndrome is. And it's tough. So with that, I do want to bring up one last thing. So I got a message, a comment from someone who feels, why would she let it go so long? So how I talked about that light bulb moment when you finally figure it out and you want to tell your family and they still don't believe you. There also, what's coupled with that is, and you know what I'm going to say, is you just don't know why you didn't see it for so long. But that is the nature of the relationship. And I have actually heard it twice from a good friend and from a comment from another Cassandra sister, and that why did we let it go on for so long? And it happens to the very best of us. And it's not about us being weak. It's about the nature of the situation, of having someone who is diagnosed with autism. So you don't want to blame them, and you shouldn't. They most of the time can't help it, but there's also some underlying issues that can happen that are very real and very hurtful. And those need to be addressed, and you need to, and I tell myself this, that it wasn't ever you, and it's the nature of it. And it's devastating to have gone on for so long. I completely understand that. And you grieve that. You grieve those years lost. But just know that it's very normal. You're not alone. There's thousands upon thousands of us going through this and not finding out until many years later. It's how it happens. So, all right, deep breath. We got this, and we're together on this. So take good care of yourself.